Hello again. I was asked a question the other day about what do I do with this guilt I feel about a certain situation. Guilt's a funny thing um, because guilt can be really, really good for us. It can be an amazing positive. It helps us create change, moves us in directions of self-improvement. And then guilt can be so destructive that it does its best to tear us apart from the inside, because guilt that you do nothing with, that you hold on to, festers like a sore, and it gets worse and worse until the infection grows and you're ruined. Talking about guilt is a big subject, but I thought I'd just address some basics. If we haven't met before, my name's Alex Franks, and I've spent 29 years as a life coach, therapist, and I've covered a little bit about managing guilt. I'm not sure I've even scratched the surface of how to take care of, work through, manage guilt. But I do have some truths, and those truths can hopefully be used to improve your life. I think there's several little tactics that work, and they work for me, they work for people I know, they work for some of my family. The first thing about guilt is to recognize it. Sometimes we get this negative feeling or this negative thought, and we're so busy pushing the thought away that we don't accept that I'm having a thought. Guilt is just a thought. It's just a remembering. It's a past event coming back into our mind. If I remind myself that a thought's just a thought, sometimes that helps me manage it all by itself. Another truth about guilt is then identifying whether this guilt is something that benefits you or is going to harm you. If I feel guilty because I forgot to make a phone call last night, that's probably healthy guilt. It makes me grab a Post-it note, write down a note in my calendar, put a reminder in my phone. Call Jim, you forgot yesterday. That's good guilt. Good guilt is walking in the door of your house and throwing something away and realizing your trash is full and you forgot to take the trash out. But sometimes you get lucky and your wife's not home yet. So you feel guilty originally. But man, it creates action, it creates change. I felt guilty one time as a boy for a lie I told. Oh, it just messed with my mind. It didn't necessarily do anything with the lie I had told, but it sure helped me not tell lies again to that person. Good guilt. Unhealthy guilt is going over and over something in my mind that I cannot change, I have no control over, and is never going to be different than it currently is. It's unhealthy guilt. It's there to just pick at us, to hurt. It clouds our judgment. It changes the way we see the world around us. It makes us view ourselves as not enough. And if my viewpoint on me is I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, then my actions are going to be the same way. One thing leads to another, and then I'm in a really ugly, dark place. Guilt can be very negative. I have another tool to help me. Not only am I going to recognize that I'm having it, but then I need to recognize if this is positive guilt or negative guilt. The third thing I'm going to do is, as I'm going down this road of its unhealthy negative guilt, I'm going to grab a hold of some things I know to be true. The biggest truth is, probably when I made that decision that I'm now feeling guilty about, I was doing the best I could in that moment with the information I had and who I was exactly at that time. Most guilt is about our past. Things that have already happened, I can't change, and yet I probably was doing the best I could. And if I give myself permission to have been doing the best I could, I'm likely to be healthier with my guilt. Here's another truth that helps me with this negative guilt, is stating to myself, can I do anything about this? Sometimes you're feeling guilty about something in your past because you still haven't apologized to someone. That can be good past guilt. And yet sometimes our past guilt needs to remind us to go, can I do anything now concerning this? If the answer is no, then I need to be strong enough to go, okay, I can't change it, can't fix, can't solve, can't do anything. So I've got to move forward, knowing that I just won't do that same thing again. Sometimes guilt is there to be a chain around us. It holds us back. Often a chain keeps us stuck in a place we're not supposed to be. Guilt will take us and imprison us. It traps. And it keeps change from happening. We're all supposed to grow. We're all supposed to be better people today than we were a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. I would hate to try to be in my relationships that I currently have with my wife, with my children, with grandchildren, with my friends. If I was trying to be that person who was in his 20s, that's been a little bit ago. But I would never want to be him in my now. This older man is far better at being the guy I want to be in the relationships I want to be than that mid-20s, late 20-year-old man was. So why do I hold on to guilt from things that happened when I was in my mid-20s? We sometimes do the guilt to say I should have. I wish I would have. But we forget that we're doing that with today's mind. I'm not who I used to be. Maybe that's why I can look back and see the things that I don't like about who I used to be. So when guilt happens, don't beat yourself up. Recognize you're feeling it. Analyze whether it's healthy guilt or unhealthy guilt. If it's unhealthy guilt, do something right away to remind yourself that you've done the best you could in the moment you were in with the knowledge you had. Sometimes you've got to accept that you can't change, but realize that you're judging this guilt with the brain that you have today, and that somehow you've always made it through each hard moment and each negative guilt. Hope this helped you in some way. If you found this content beneficial, please like, comment, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And remember, we're here to serve others, care deeply, love our people. If you've got a question, why not ask?